guys. Okay, so I just did a gnarly video about methylation and epigenetics. It's my new hot topic right now. I love it. So, people come to me because they're wanting to learn more about the ketogenic diet, but I'm realizing it doesn't even matter until you learn how to detox and fix shite in your body. Turn off crappy genes like cancer and turn on genes that are going to make you get through life. So I'm going to talk a little bit again about your personality, your habits, and how macronutrients play a role ultimately in absorbing nutrients, because you don't want to be malabsorptive. That would be crappy. That would mean you would I'm eating all the great foods, but they're just coming out of me. Is that you? Well, a lot of us have been on the standard American diet, eating wheat. Will that make it out your nutrients? Yeah. Will that make it difficult to absorb B12 and folate, which is the whole methylation process? Yeah. The cleaning up of your shite, and the turning off of crappy genes like cancer that will screw you up, make you die? Yeah. So what things ruin you? Stress. People are like, how do you measure stress? And I'm like, you don't measure it. People are like, okay, give me the pill to de-stress. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. The main way that it works is in your mind. Because this has to take back control of this, because the body now has to take control over the mind and the cells, and the chemical addictions are telling your body to go and eat crap and smoke and do bad things. Depression and, whatever. This stuff is so interesting, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's talk about your macronutrients. Well, we've got our fats, and we've got our proteins, and we've got our carbohydrates. Now, what would that literally look like, right? Because people are always using this phrasing and words. Fats that you want to eat on the ketogenic diet come from animals. Yes. It is what it is. Love me some animals, but as far as the ecosystem, we got to eat each other. Unfortunately, our brains are too big and we're not eating anymore. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to have animal fats from grass-fed beef. We want it from bison, grass-fed, red meat, grass-fed. We want healthy pork fat. We want duck fat, tallow, lard, butter, ghee is even a more refined type of fat over butter. We always have to be careful for the dairy. We want grass-fed cows. Otherwise, forget about it. Even if it's organic, forget about it. It can't be organic. It's got to be grass-fed, non-pasteurized, right? Cooked, and all this loveliness is just obliterated out of it. We don't want that. We don't want 20 days of a shelf life. That's ridiculous. Casein is an allergen in cheese. Get rid of it. What else? Okay. So get rid of the cream and get rid of the cheese. You want to methylate? You want to clean up the shite? Don't risk things. If your body doesn't look or feel good, then you're having issues detoxing. And you're having a hard time building, right? You may be more catabolic than you are anabolic. We don't want that. Okay. Okay. Promise I have dark hair. Here we go. So basically, fats, animal fats. Do we want more mono beyond the animal fat? Yes. So the body loves monounsaturated fat to acquire a state of ketosis. What is mono? Olives, avocados. You don't like them? Get over it. That's my solution. I do not want to hear the 20,000 reasons why your palate is addicted to cheeseburgers and you don't like avocados. Like, that in your mind should be like, dang, that is freaking weird. But of course, I've said before, we live in the subconscious mind, so we don't question things. We don't go like, dude, that is so weird how I love crackers. People are like, Stephanie, don't you just miss all the processed food? I'm like, it tastes like chemicals. because your palate is so destroyed. It's like somebody took a sandpaper off your tongue, so you don't know what real food tastes like anymore because it tastes like Mama Earth. This stuff tastes so good, like the enzymes and the carotenoids and the flavonoids and all of the goodness in food. I taste that. What you guys taste is trans fats. What you taste is AGEs, advanced glycation, glucose that's over screwing up your body with sugar, high fructose corn syrup. Really? High fructose corn syrup. Now when that tastes good, when they start putting that in soda, which, why are you guys still drinking diet soda? Get out of the subconscious mind and start questioning things. The who, what, where, why, and how. Even question my ass. Because if you don't question things, you got nothing. If you're just a robot that watches commercials, looks at other people and go, I'll just copy it, then you're a moron. Go down that rabbit's hole and learn. Learn from everyone and weigh out the pros and cons, the risks and the benefits. Which is why I mentioned coffee before. You have to weigh the risks. Because the antioxidant benefit is it's like a fart in comparison to how much it destroys your body. And I've done videos on like 15 things why it screws up your body. Hi guys. So, you know I can't do these video series because boring. Really. Okay, because this stuff is serious subject matter. Very serious. No joke. Our parents and our grandparents are dying off like freaking flies. Bing, there goes another one. Ah! I'm so sick of it. Aren't you guys sick of it? I'm sick of it. Oh, you're not sick of it? Okay, then you must be operating on the subconscious mind. Because consciously, I'm like, no mas. Ingen mer. Ska sluta den. So, alright. Carbohydrates. People don't seem to know what a carbohydrate is. They think it's some like mythological creature just swimming through. No. No! Everything's a carb except pure fat. You know what pure fat is? Let me show you. Alright? Fat! No carbs. Yes? Pure fats. You know, a white gristly thing on your steak? Fat. Does protein have carbs? Yes, but it's like infinitesimal amount. Do vegetables, are they considered a carb? Absolutely. Vegetables and crackers. Well, what's the difference between a vegetable and a cracker? Well, a cracker's been processed. It's been obliterated, grounded, bleached, chemically processed. Garbage. Broccoli is just sitting there with rough stings of fiber. You gotta break those things down to absorb them into the body. That's if you're methylating. Because if you ain't methylating, that stuff is just coming out of you. It's not working. And you're looking sick. Alright. So we've got people like simple sugars and complex and bread is complex. It's not complex. You put a piece of bread in your mouth, do a little simple test. Is it melting? Oh, it's melting. The amylase in your saliva is already breaking down the freaking carb, turning it into sugar in your mouth. So then when it hits your body, it's going like this through your body. And the body does not like that. Too much sugar too fast at a super high rate and a big volume. You go, stop, I want things to slow down. You know, I've got these teeth to break down food so it can go slowly through your body. So your body knows how to get ready for the stuff that's coming down. So it can start to compartmentalize and send this here and send it there and have it do this job and that job instead of just like wham into your bloodstream. Ah! Crackers are melting in your mouth. Bread is melting. If stuff's melting in your mouth, it's a carbohydrate, get rid of it. That means you're going to have a lot of sugar, which our bodies were never designed for that much sugar. 1 freaking teaspoon is what's okay. And even a teaspoon has to be broken down and slowly go through the bloodstream. So vegetables are considered a carbohydrate. So when people say, I'm on a zero carbohydrate diet, I was like, but you eat vegetables? That's carbs. Hello? Carbs, 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 and they count. Yes, they do. And if you're trying to reach keto adaptation, if you have too many of those vegetable carbs, you can not adapt. And onions, when you cook them, not much fiber. You take a tomato, you cook it, not much fiber. Cucumbers, not much fiber, so you have to think about the fiber content within your veggies and fruits. And yes, avocados and olives and tomatoes are all fruits on keto, so you can have those fruits and lemons and limes. Okay, so what's the dealio? Well, we've got protein. And protein has very minuscule amounts of carbohydrates in them. Problem is through a survival mechanism in our DNA, when you eat too much protein at any one sitting, your body's going to convert what it cannot use into glucose and store it as fat. Yeah? And that's fine when you're starving. That's fine when you're living off in the tundra. People are like, but Stephanie, we gorged ourselves on proteins, when we were hunter-gatherers. And I was like, and so what say you about that? I go, yeah, we did, because feast or famine. We don't have that now. And not only do we not have that, we're not methylating. See, our hunter-gatherers, they methylated. If they didn't die from infection, they were methylating. We are big, huge, massive, gnarly cortisol machines. Cortisol does what? Create inflammation in the body. And you can't detox when you're freaked out. Your body's freaking out. You're not methylating. Therefore, you cannot manipulate your DNA to do good things. Because the body's like, hold on, there's a fire going on over here. I got to send all the trucks over there to take out the fire. Oh, there's another one. And all these fires going on, the body can never balance itself. So you could get your macros perfect and not keto adapt. But to tell you one thing, if you get your macros perfect, you've probably done half the job. The rest is here. Right there. That's your personality, and that controls your conscious mind. Your habits. So become conscious. If you're addicted to a food, if your serotonin is down the toilet, take your conscious mind and beat the addictions. Resist bad foods. Don't cheat, essentially. So with the ketogenic diet, stop doing 60% fat. It's not going to work. Stop trying to do 70 when you're starting off. You have to get away with 80% fat, 15% protein, and 5% carbohydrates coming from what? Plants. Low glycemic plants. Cruciferous vegetables to be preferred, as preferred. That's what it's all. It's that simple. It's not complicated, guys. And you don't eat all that protein because what you cannot use, your body converts back into glucose, sugar, making it freaking very difficult to keto adapt. Now later, once you start methylating better and your body starts to heal itself, your tolerances of carbohydrates and proteins will probably change. You might be able to get in a wee bit more of protein than you were able to before because what? You're building muscle. More of a demand for the amino acids that your body can use rather than convert into sugar. Carbohydrates, you become insulin sensitive. You've got those little receptor sites that pop out of the muscle cell and they just gobble up the carbohydrates that being stored as fat or disturbing your arteries. Okay guys, that's it. That was a quick little hoo-ha about your macronutrients, the percentages. Stop trying to do 1 pound of body weight per gram of protein. That rule does not apply with ketogenesis. You do not need as much protein because you're simply not breaking down as much. You need more protein if you're breaking down your muscle, trying to get back the glucose, gas tank back up. That whole thing gets turned upside down on ketogenesis. Learn more about how fat and cholesterol is so good for all your cells. StephanieBrisson.com or Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page. Go there, ask questions. I will try to answer all of them. Or Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram me, which is kind of fun because it's the younger generation. I'm kind of a dork, so peace out. Or is it peace out? So, I hope you guys got the macronutrient Stop trying to sneak in little things like sauces and Quest bars and weird stuff like that.